If you wear hearing aids, chances are you've been fit with domes at some point or another. They're just a cheap and easy solution. But today I am going to reaffirm my opinion that custom ear molds are way better than ear domes. And I'm going to cover why I personally recommend them whenever possible. And this isn't just a theory, it is my opinion, but it's based on lived experience. Welcome to Definite Hearing. My name is Emily. I created Definite Hearing as a way to increase awareness for the deaf and hard of hearing. I recently had an ear pimple or ear furuncle. This forced me to have to wear ear domes to relieve the contact and pressure in my ear so my ear furuncle could heal. I experienced the sound of domes again, and the sound quality pales in comparison to that of the sound quality and just other pros and other benefits that custom ear molds offer. So I wanted to make an updated video on that today. If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. The majority of my viewers do not subscribe. Please, please, please. I have a goal to hit 10,000 subscribers, and your subscription will help me achieve that goal. Thank you so much. I couldn't do it without you. My biggest fans motivate me to keep creating. Thank you for your support. Here's a quick refresher. When I'm talking about ear domes, I'm talking about soft, squishy, usually silicone domes or tulip-shaped silicone pieces that go on the end of your wire or tube, depending on your hearing aid model, so that your sound can be effectively directed into your ear. Domes come in different shapes and sizes: a tulip shape, a double flange shape, single flange, open, close, etc. There are so many dome options and sizes. Your custom ear mold or your dome is essentially the placeholder to direct the sound. Custom ear molds are made from an actual impression of your ear. Usually you go to an audiologist to get this done. That's how I've always done it. If you know of any alternatives to get custom ear mold impressions made, like an at-home solution, I want to hear about this. Let me know in the comments below. Because custom ear molds are an impression of your ear, they're designed to fit you specifically. Domes are kind of a one-size-fits-all solution. The biggest feedback I want to give is that custom ear molds win by a long shot in a lot of beneficial categories. One of the biggest issues I faced with wearing domes again was feedback. I put the dome in, it didn't seal very well because again, it's just like a one-size-fits-all solution. I did have a small, medium, large to choose from, but even then, the medium was the best feeling, but I still experienced a lot of feedback because the fit was not as snug as a custom mold. Because there's not a good seal, the sound leaks out. This loops back into the amplifier of the hearing aid and causes the whistling or the feedback. With domes, I noticed that I had to limit my head movement and also my jaw movement because it would change the shape of my ear canal and therefore let sound leak out, making my hearing aids more prone to feedback. Custom molds dramatically reduce this feedback issue that domes have because they are designed to fit your ear canal. And they're a good size too. Because there's reduced leakage, the sound stays where it's supposed to stay, in your ear. Quality trait number 2 of custom molds being better than domes is that the sound quality is just more reliable. Domes just shift and move. Even a small amount of movement changes the sound going through your ear. This leads to inconsistent sound quality, inconsistent volumes, and less sound clarity overall. Custom ear molds stay snugly fit in your ear and therefore offer stable, predictable sound that remains constant, and just reliable amplification. Because of that, your hearing aids can do what they're actually programmed to do. It's really sad when I hear that people don't like their hearing aids or annoyed by feedback, and then I ask them some more questions and learn that they only experienced hearing aids with domes. They're missing out on so much by not having custom fit ear molds. Now, I currently wear a behind the ear model with a custom ear mold. You can get a custom ear mold for a receiver in the canal model. Receiver in the canal models are really popular. They are a little smaller in profile, lighter, sleeker, and they have a wire that actually leads down into the ear, and the receiver of the hearing aid is in the canal. You can get a custom mold that can fit around that receiver and hold it snugly in your ear. The next benefit of custom mold versus a dome is the better feel without a suction feeling. And honestly, I think that you would not know this one exists unless you tried it. I've tried it. Domes often create a vacuum seal suction feeling, especially tulip domes, because of how flimsy they are and how snugly they can fit in your ear. And this isn't like a suction feeling in a good way. It feels like there's pressure, a little bit of popping. It's very irritating. It feels like something is in your ear. Now, custom ear molds do have a little bit more occlusion or blockage to the natural sound, so they can make some users feel plugged. However, with my moderate to severe hearing loss, my ears can't process sound, natural sound anyway. And so I find that the sound quality for me is much better with a custom mold versus a dome. Because it seals to the ear evenly, it does not create that suction sensation. It doesn't need that to stay in my ear. It just fits like a glove. And they just feel more natural when you're used to them because they're made for you. It's like, imagine domes and custom ear molds are like generic teeth guards and customized teeth guards. If you have a custom teeth guard, it just fits better. It's made for you. That analogy is what I'm trying to make with the difference between domes and custom ear molds. Last but not least, let's talk about comfort differences in domes versus custom ear molds. Domes are notorious for being itchy, irritating, and uncomfortable over long wear. I have to say, as I was wearing my dome, my ears would get so itchy. I just could not do it. I think it was because the dome was moving slightly and it caused more irritation. I just did not enjoy it. Again, because custom ear molds are smoother, more stable, and built for your ear, they just slide right in and stay where they should. They offer less itching, less irritation, assuming you have the right material. If silicone is itchy for you, I recommend trying acrylic. Custom ear molds can offer better all-day comfort. Simply because of their nature, domes are more likely to move as you chew, talk, and move your head. Custom ear molds are designed to stay put. Now, that said, I feel like I've been ratting on domes. Domes actually can be very helpful, and they have been a lifesaver for me as I've dealt with my ear pimple or ear furuncle. So domes definitely have a time and a place. However, when my ear was healed, I was happily obliged to put in my custom mold again because I just love the sound quality, fit, and comfort that my custom ear molds offer compared to domes. So if you wear hearing aid domes and you are dealing with consistent feedback, poor sound quality, discomfort or itching, or a sealed like vacuum sucking feeling on your eardrum, custom fit ear molds might be a good solution for you. Talk to your audiologist about your ear mold options. Custom ear molds can make a huge difference in comfort and sound quality. They are an investment and they can be expensive. My custom ear molds cost about $80 each. Now, if you know of any way to get these cheaper, I want to hear in the comments below. Please let me know. So there you have it. There's your video on the difference between domes and ear molds, my updated version with my recent experience with my ear pimples and wearing domes. If you have any questions for me, please ask them in the comments below. If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for your support. Stay strong, stay amazing, and have a great day.